What is up? Today I'm here. I'm very honored to be with Mr. Rick Dillon from Toronto. For those of you who've not heard of him before, this man is essentially a rock star. The guy's been doing over 100 transactions for many years, over $1 million in gross commission income, top 1% in Canada for many years. You're also a developer in not only Toronto, where you are now, but Vancouver and essentially across Canada as well. And to top all of that off, a coach and mentor. So
Yeah,
I feel
man, you make me sound pretty good. I
well,
need I need to bring you around with me, man.
I could just be the hype man right before you go into listings and whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Say, hold on. Let me send Pat in there real quick, and then I'll jump in. I like your intro too. Good stuff, man.
Thanks, brother. So, man, I'm pretty pumped to have you on today. I mean,
Yeah.
my favorite thing about this company is the opportunity to connect with guys like you. Uh,
Hmm.
Even just from the few chats that we've gotten to have over the since you've joined,
Hmm.
have really helped me. And so I just wanted to share some of your knowledge and kind of your story today. So why don't we start off just by talking about so how long have you been at EXP so far?
You know what? It's a funny story, actually. I joined on April Fool's Day, man. I joined April 1st, 2020. So you count it. I mean like 8, 9 months or something like that,
Yep.
whatever that works out to. But when I told my broker I was leaving, it literally was on April Fool's Day. And he's like, "You're joking, Rick." And I'm like, "No, I'm not, man." And the funny part is I actually love the brokerage I was at. I made friends, and it's like family. I've been through a couple of brokerages in my 15 years in real estate, and it was never about that you're leaving a place that you're unhappy. It's really that you can't unsee an opportunity that's shown to you, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I joined back in April. Actually, somebody had told me about it. We all know Andre, right? Andre
Yep.
told me about it. Man, I would say a year before, maybe like 8 months before I joined, because Pat, here we are. I'm sure you get this a lot, especially your team as well. Back in the GTA here, we're always getting recruited. So you'll have a brokerage calling you, "Why don't you join this? Why don't you join that?" And I thought it was another one of those. So, when people ask you what are some of your biggest regrets, one of my regrets is I didn't join this earlier. So
Right.
yeah, that's kind of my EXP story.
So what was different about the model when I mean, because if you got, because so we're not like Kingston is not a market like that where we're getting approached super frequently. Like I mean, we don't have anywhere near the amount of agents that are in Toronto.
Mhm.
I know you guys have a crazy amount. So what made it different? I mean, obviously you trusted Andre LaFontaine, just like we did, but um, what was different about the model, or what excited you the most when you first were exposed to it?
It's ever evolving, man. When I first saw it, I was just the opportunity, right? So let's backtrack a little bit. I think if you, it's going to be different for any agent, but for me personally, I got into the business in 2005, right? So this is my 16th year in real estate. So I remember in 2005, I was at my brokerage, and my first thing was, okay, I want to start selling some houses. Then it was like, okay, I want to be one of the top salesperson in this brokerage. I did that as a solo agent pretty well comparatively to my competitors or other real estate agents around me. Then what's the next thing? I'm like, okay, well, let's build this team,
Hmm.
because I wanted to buy some of my time back. I had an overflow of business, right? And during that overflow of business, I wanted to hand it out to people and make money while I'm sitting back. So, what I'm really talking about right now is a passive income. I'm always trying to get a passive income source, right? So, first it was the team. I'll hand out my buyer leads. I'll train the buyer agents exactly how to close these properties, and they go ahead and show it, and I get a percentage of their stuff, right?
Right.
And during that process, I really got into the tools of real estate, um, the beauty in leveraging, refinancing, doing all these kind of things. So I built a whole portfolio of properties. So I would grab my commission checks, buy a house, grab my commission checks, buy a house in areas that I thought that was coming up. Again, what's the underlining? What's the similarity there? Passive income.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get that passive income. So then I'm like, okay, I bought a bunch of these properties. I'm going to start building them. So from ground up, I started building six, 8-story condominiums so I can build them and rent them out. Passive income, passive income. Now, here comes, started wrapping my head around the model. And I'm like, here I am trying to get this passive income, right? And I have to spend millions of dollars to acquire these properties, or I have to start this mega real estate team in order to get this passive income. So here's the answer, long-winded answer to your question. What really attracted me about EXP was the passive income I'm able to attain, not on a return on investment anymore. It's a return on effort. Once I wrap my head around that, I'm like, I'm in.
Mm-hmm. It's another way of making money, right? So like, I mean, that's not necessarily what I saw in the model at first, but that's the beauty of it. Is I think there's something for the brand new agent, somebody who's just trying to, break that 50 deals to 60 deals, or even go from 5 to 20 in a year, all the way up to the seasoned veteran who's been running a team for many years and is looking to leverage their their efforts. And so I think that you had that in common with my father, because he's obviously a part of this with us as well. And the same thing, like every realtor, I don't care, who you are, you sell 50 homes this year. As soon as 2021 starts, you got to get out there and grind and sell 50 more. So, I mean, it's exactly, I mean, there's no retirement plan for any realtor out there aside from either building a team and trying to step away from, which I'm sure you've seen your own sets of challenges from that. For a team lead to step out of production, from what I've seen, is relatively difficult. So then it becomes, okay, let's acquire properties. Well, when you think about, like you said, the millions of dollars that it takes to acquire properties, it's a lot, right? And obviously, if you're doing a lot of production, it makes it a little bit easier and to save your money. But yeah, exactly. Now you have the opportunity to, and I mean, on top of all that, I think there's a level of satisfaction with you growing your team now and creating this passive income from the efforts of other agents that you're helping. Like, you're changing lives now, as opposed to just building a nice big building and looking at it and saying, nice, that's what I did. And right.
Just gonna get into that, man. It's funny you said that. Great minds. So that's what, like, there's two sides to it, right? Obviously, you want to get yourself in a better financial position. So I thought, I saw that holding my real estate license at EXP is going to get myself in a better financial position over time. But the intangible, okay, watch this, man. So you and your dad probably get this, and your dad probably gets this a lot because you guys are really killing it out in Kingston. So the thing that I used to get a lot, Pat, and I still do, as soon as I started getting some success in real estate, is real estate agents that weren't as successful. They wanted to get some information. Your list. Here I am. I'm not did I cut out there for a bit?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, all right. I saw a glitch. Okay, so I don't know where I was, but like here, so during my course of my 15 years of success, real estate agents would reach out and ask me, "Hey, Rick, how do you do this? How do you do that? Can I see your listing presentation? How do I get more business?" Well, I wasn't a coach, right? So I couldn't charge them a fee to tell them things. That was not my business model. I ran a team, okay, and I was busy selling my own houses. So I would help. I always had that in me to help. Here's the beautiful part about EXP. I can help agents and get mentored. I have mentors within this organization. Your dad is one of them. Jay Kinder, you name it, right? I have a bunch of mentors right in this organization, and I can also help agents now, full force, teaching them listing presentation, buyer presentations. I don't know if you know this, but we're coming up with an accelerator program where agents come in, they plug in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we can train them and they start selling a bunch of houses. I don't have to charge them a thing. I'm getting compensated within the model. So this model has thought of everything.
Well, because before, I mean, yeah, other than the people on your team, there's nothing like I mean, we're all in this business for the same reason. We're all in this business to make money and try to create a better lifestyle for ourselves. So when you're with you doing that, or any of the top agents doing that at any other brokerage, and they're in it for the financial incentive. So if there's no financial incentive for somebody to help someone else's business grow, why would they want to do that? Obviously, you're a good person. You'd like to think that you'd like to help, but you're not going to go the extra mile and create programs to ensure people's success. Like the way that EXP has it set up. And it's funny that you just said, like, naming, people like Jay and those people as your mentor. To think that you, as doing the type of production that you do and have done for 15 years, along with everything else, the coaching and mentoring that you do, to think that you in this company have somebody else above you that you can reach up to that has done more production blows my mind.
1,000%, man.
Because that's the coolest part to me about the business was I like the ability to reach up. I mean, before with our independent brokerage, the only person that I could reach up to, the only person who had been where I wanted to go and done more production than me was my own father. And who wants to listen to their dad, right?
Yeah.
So
I have 2 kids, man. Trust me.
Yeah, that's right. So to be able to call guys like you and Jay, and I mean, the list, like you said, the list goes on. But
I'm a much better student. Like, I'm learning to be a mentor and a coach over my years. I'm doing something. When somebody is doing something that I want to do, you just surround yourself with the people that are already doing it. And here's the funny thing about successful people. I mean, real successful people. And success is not always defined just by what's in your bank account. Okay.
100%.
Successful people that live that balanced life that I'm attracted to, people like Jay, for example, he's the most humble guy that you can meet, right? And successful people want to help. They really and truly do. Like, if you can, like, sometimes, like, say when you reach out to me out of the blue or somebody else, and they're like, "Hey, Rick, how do I do that?" I want to help you because I would love to be a part of your success,
100%. It's the EXP has somehow made a way to create, and type of an environment where we're all here for each other to do that, which I don't think has been done before. But I mean, when you look at these other brokerages too, they were all created many, many years ago when the technology that this company is using, wasn't even remotely around, right? So.
Yeah. And you're ahead of the curve, man. You're ahead of the curve, buddy. Like, you're gonna do so well in life because you're doing the right things, man. You're surrounding yourself with the right people. You work hard. You're a good student, man. More people should be like you, man.
Appreciate that,
At
brother.
your age, yeah.
That means a lot coming from you, man. I appreciate that. So I guess, I mean, we've touched on a lot of stuff, and we've obviously went over kind of your favorite stuff about EXP. What if somebody's out there is looking to do this type of stuff and build some passive income and generate income based off their efforts instead of their money? What would your advice be to anybody who is looking for more information or wants to take the next steps in figuring out if this is the right fit for them?
Yeah, that's an evolution as well, right? So I think if you throw things out to the universe and you're vibing at a certain frequency, people are just gonna find you. Reality is, like, I was smart enough to see this model, so were you, and join. And I know you had a big part of your dad joining. So, I mean, there, if we're of the same sense, for lack of a better word, you're just gonna see what I see. It's a no-brainer. Like, there is nothing. If you hold a real estate license, I don't see why you're with any other brokerage, to be quite honest. And I'm not saying that as a, like, I've been studying this model. It just you should always want to be a place where real estate agents are helping you. You should always want to be in the place where you're going to get in, okay? And you want to be in a place where you're make more money. Now, with this company, you know, for those of you guys who've been listening to Pat and I for the last however long, you have 3 streams of income in this company. Why would I go to a place where I'm grinding for commission, where while I'm making commission, I can get stock and I can get revenue share? So it really is a no-brainer. Now, here's the decision, in my humble opinion. I don't think the decision is should I come to EXP. I think the decision is who should I come to EXP with? Because we're such a young company, especially here in Canada, man. I think as the years go, as the months go, I see it. I think as time goes, real estate agents are going to be like, okay, I'm joining EXP. Who should I join with? Now you want to partner with people that are going to provide you extra value at EXP. And that's where the real research begins. You agree with that,
100%.
man? A lot of people are coming on board, right?
100%. We're the fastest growing brokerage in the history of North America, and I think there's definitely a reason for that. And I couldn't agree more, man. Like, to have the opportunity to be aligned with guys like you has changed my business. It helped me triple my business last year, and it's honestly changed my life. So I feel very, very blessed for that, and I'm thankful for what this company's done for me, and I know you are too. So
yeah.
On that note, I'm going to leave Rick's. I'm going to let Rick's information here kind of scroll for a bit. If you want to reach out to him, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if you want to reach out to him, he's an awesome asset and very knowledgeable on how this company is working. It's changing his life as well. I'm sure he'd love the opportunity to chat, and we both love the opportunity to change some more lives, just how this company has changed ours.
Absolutely. And like it just 2 things, right? When you're doing your research on EXP, you want to hear it from people that are doing it successfully. Okay, because that rule still applies. There's still going to be, like, you heard of that rule, Pat, like, 10%. It used to be an 80-20 rule. I'll call it a 90-10.
Right.
10% of agents are doing 90% of the business.
100%.
That applies for EXP too. Like 10% of the agents are doing 90% so EXP the right way.
Right.
But going back to what Glenn Sanford, why big agents are coming along is because Glenn Sanford's theory was, if you make an opportunity big enough, if you make it grand enough, and you incentivize entrepreneurs, the right people will come into your company and help grow it, period.
It's 100%. All right, man, that's a good note to leave on. If anybody wants to talk anymore about anything EXP or real estate in general, we both love to help. Rick's info's there and mine's right here. We'll chat with you soon, and hope we can talk further and further the conversation.
All right.
Cheers, brother.